Hey everybody, it's Rob here. There is some new information about the Season 6 theme. If you are creating a character in the character menu, like a beautiful barb here, you can actually see what the season theme is. There's also Pit 100, which is the old Pit 200, and the new highest level already beat here by Mekuna's Lightning Spear Sorcerer, absolutely destroying the game even before runes get into the game. And yeah, let's talk about it here real quick. So it looks like the season theme is gonna have something to do with those Realm Walkers. You might remember them from the Diablo 3 days. They look like this. And if you're in this character menu here, creating the new beautiful haircut Barbarian, you will see here, if you hover season, you can't click it, so we can't select the season on the PTR, but we can see what it is. So it says here, encounter creatures twisted by Itcher of Mephisto's hatred. Slay Realm Walkers to access Hell's portals. Delve into Hell's portals for powerful buffs. We've also seen this in the data mine, and also hatred sweeps from the jungles of Naatu as the mysterious Realm Walkers spread Mephisto's influence across Sanctuary. Create a seasonal character is recommended. So you have the entire thing here basically. It's gonna be like these Realm Walkers, and in Diablo 3 it works the same way. It's basically these monsters, or these like boss monsters that you encounter in the open world, and they have like a portal up here, and when you slay them, this portal is accessible and you can enter into this portal. And then in Diablo 3 there were like a bunch of goblins in there. There was a bunch of like experience bonuses, like you got these like pools of reflection in those Realm Walkers. For everybody that remembers them, let me know in the comments. And just a bunch of bonuses. So it also sounds like you will be unlocking powerful bonuses in here. So powerful buffs. So hopefully it's going to be like some permanent buffs, or some like buffs you have at least temporary, because again, they confirmed that we're going to have the separate seasonal theme, similar to what we had in Season 2 with the vampiric powers. So we're going to have this like Realm Walkers to slay in the open world that then give us like either permanent or timed buffs. And it's gonna look very fun. And also here, another hint, of course, here towards Mephisto, encounter creatures twisted by Mephisto's hatred. So probably like more powerful elites, more powerful bosses and stuff like that. So season is starting on October 8th in just a few weeks. Right now the PTR is going on. You can jump in, test all the new stuff, test the new skills. I've been rocking a lot actually with the Mighty Throw Weapon Barbarian, and we have cleared a Pit 86 with it, which was still like kind of a speedrun. I think we can do Pit 100 as well, or maybe like Pit 90 at least, but that is nothing compared to what the Lightning Sorcerer is doing. And this is Mekuna here, clearing the hardest pit already, and basically like already with 3 minutes left here. And his Lightning Spear Sorcerer already beat the hardest here. And again, this is before we get all the power creep in forms of runes. So this damage is only getting doubled, and he also doesn't have all his glyphs leveled yet. So this one is extremely strong. You will see here, I'll show you like a bit of the run. We'll link it also in the description. And you'll see the quality is very bad, but you'll see how he's basically speedrunning Pit 100 yet. This doesn't mean anything yet, since the last PTRs we've also been speed farming Pit 200. It looks like they significantly nerfed the boss HP in the pit. And this is a very good change. Obviously the pit should remain hard, but it was very bad that the bosses basically took 10 to 12 minutes to kill, and the run was done in 2 minutes. So you can see here the balance is way better. The elites, they still die within 5 seconds on the Sorcerer. Like the Sorcerer Lightning Spear is just completely cracked at the moment, because you're getting multiplicative crit scaling, and you get a bunch of more crits from getting those gems up to 100. And he also has still a lot of legacy gear in this clear. So he doesn't even, you know, have like all the max level. Like the legacy gear is basically item power 500, while the new gear, it goes up all the way to item power 800. So he's missing a lot of damage. He's missing a lot of stats, especially on the winter glass and stuff. And it's basically just the sorcerer here, and you can see he's getting the familiar buffs. We also have the planner here. So the familiar doesn't need to be on the bar, but you're basically getting the familiar as it's a conjuration that you spawn. It's also getting you conjuration mastery stacks, and you just get another 1.1x. And the new passive here is also played. The Enlightenment, they also buffed the Tarasha ring. So there's just a bunch of buffs here to this build. And you guys can see he's always, basically when he's fighting, kept at the 30 conjuration stacks. But this build is as cracked as ever. And I think it's about 10 times stronger than most of the other sorcerer builds. We'll see. I think there's also some shatter builds that are going to be insane. But yeah, he basically completely destroys this Pit 100. And he's going to get like 4 times more damage. Or the sorcerer is getting 4 times more damage. And I think this was his gear. So you can see here Harlequin's Crest. This one is new. And then he has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legacy items. Raiment Legacy, Gloves Legacy. These are already new pants. So you place Days. Big DPS, Armor Cap 1000, Esu Legacy. The weapon is already a new one. Only 47% right now for the Lightning Spear. Then still Legacy Winterglass. This one is still insane, but it gets better. Oh, he didn't even have his perfect Winterglass yet. Then another Legacy ring. So these rings, you can upgrade them a lot. Like they actually go up to way more crit chance than they are now in the Legacy version. And also here, Legacy, another ring. So you can see there is still a lot of damage to be gained here. And I think the stats here are about here. This is what's crazy. 4,000 crit damage. And you see, like, if you upgrade the Legacy gear, with Essus, he's probably going to have 86 crit chance, so he can get, with Lightning Spear, he can get max, but not for the splintering aspect. So more crit chance will still be better. 4k crit damage, and this is going to go even higher. I'm not sure what level exactly his runes are. This is what the skills is looking, but I'm going to link the planner below as well. So they have, like, these cool new familiar passives here. The full video is linked. You have the Evocation now giving you even more cooldown on the Sorcerer. And yeah, then the new passive here, the Enlightenment. He's explaining it also. Definitely check out his video. He also has the Paragons. Let me see which level his glyphs are. So these are his new glyphs. We have Control here. It doesn't even say the level. But it's like pretty big level. I think they are like about level 80 to 90. So Control glyph here on the starter board. And again, you can only have a maximum of 5 boards here. So you need to choose, like this is Elemental Summoner, very strong. Enchanter glyph, big DPS as well. Then this is the new glyph here, the Eliminator. He's actually getting 500 intelligence. And Sorcerer is now getting, for every 5 int, it's getting 1% damage. So actually, I think it's for every 4 int it's getting 1% damage. So the main stat has been extremely boosted. And even on the Barbarians right now, I'm going to go away from this character screen. I'm going to log on my barb and I'm going to show you real quick like how crazy the main stat scaling gets. And this glyph just goes completely insane because it's multiplying the normal nodes in range. And you basically just take all the, and you see here, he has a 531 intelligence purchased within range. 500 int, man. And I just want to show this to you here. So if you hover your main stat, I also have 3k main stat already. And you are getting 700% damage on the barb from this. And on the Sorcerer, you will be getting like 1,000%, like 10 times more damage from the main stat alone. And that is also the reason why these new glyphs here, I have the Challenger glyph, are that strong. And you see, like, if it's like much higher level, like he was getting 1,000 in from it, I'm only getting 500 strength right now. So the Sorcerer is scaling like crazy with this Eliminator. It's also giving X damage against Elite and then another X damage against Elite on secondary. So completely crazy. Then the Destruction glyph here, this is the crazy crit that you see here. He's actually almost getting 1,000 crit damage from the Destruction glyph, which is also completely crazy. This is in the Burning Instinct board, and then in Fundamental Release, this is the new board. And the last one, he's playing Elementalist. Also missing a bunch of stats here, but 300% to all range. And then enchantments, Firebolt for burning, and the blades for the cooldown reduction. And yeah, so definitely check out Mekuda's video. I'm gonna link this here. So the build's pretty cooked and very strong. And I think for Pit Push, it's basically playing with the rare pants. He was playing Days. So the concussive strikes here on the pants, or even more DPS. So Sorcerer going crazy. And I think I've not really seen like many other classes clear that high. Again, on the barb, I've done 85 now. But we've also been doing quite some leveling practices and stuff. And the Paragon goes up to 300. I'm 230 right now. And I did this sheet here that I'm also going to link in the description, where I calculated roughly how much XP you will need for the high levels. And we also did a benchmark. I'm probably going to do a separate video on this. But basically, here you can see we did Pit 75, which is like Pit 150 speedruns. We get 300 million XP per run. Nightmare Dungeons, it's only 160. And Helltide, it's only 90 million. So Pit runs definitely seems to be the best thing to do in terms of XP, and it also gives you the power creep with all the glyphs. And you can see here like all the levels, and this is calculated how much XP is required. So it looks like on the last level, so to go from 299 to 300, you need about 1 billion XP. And right now, I only need 50 million, so 20 times more. Unless the scaling changes a lot. This is just an early estimate, guys. We will get the exact numbers, I think, by keep playing. So, but this also means at 333 million XP per hour, that the last levels would take like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, depending on how efficient you are, to get from 299 to 300. And that also puts the total time needed to roughly 70 hours from 230 to 300. And 1 to 300, my estimate would be somewhere in this range, depending on how efficient you play, 100 to 120 hours. And keep in mind, the Paragon is now account wide. And in my opinion, it's actually a pretty good number. I think since it's like the entire account needing about 100 to 120 hours till max level, to me, seems fine. It's not really like crazy long, but it's also not really crazy fast, and it's also not mandatory because you have this 5 Paragon board cap anyways, and even now already being 230, I already picked up all the important nodes. And I mean, there are some shitty nodes that you can still pick up here, like some maximum life, some fire res. You know, you can pick up some more additive here, 5 vulnerable, 5 vulnerable, some more life here, but it's not really too relevant to get these last nodes with the 5 Paragon cap. So I think it's going to be very comfortable for even very casual players to reach like Paragon 200 if you play a bit. Maybe like, because I think until 200 it's only going to take like 20 hours, 30 hours maybe. And you also have a very comfortable time actually leveling the glyphs to 46, where they unlock the legendary bonus and the extra range. So 46, like I think you need to do like about Pit 100 in the live game to do that. So if you can do Pit 100 in the live game, you will level your glyphs to 46, very comfortable. But if you want to juice it a bit more, same with the Paragon, you get some more additive damage, you get some more bonus, maybe you get a bit more life. It's still beneficial to level a bit more, but again, it's not mandatory, and it's also account wide, guys. Again, about 120 hours is my estimate. Right now, it would take me another 70 hours from here to reach max level, and I think it might be even a bit less. Because the XP scaling goes down a little bit. I assumed a 4.5% increase per level, which hold consistent on about level 230. But we'll see how long it actually will take in the end. We'll definitely have more information. I'm going to make an updated video on this, because this also interests me for the expansion leveling up to 300. But yeah, again, my estimate from now would be like 70 hours from going from 230 to 300. Let me know what you think. Do you think 70 hours is fair? Or do you think it's too long? Do you think it's too less? I'm just comparing it a little bit with Diablo 2, you know, where the last levels also took quite some hours. And I think like about 100 hours, in my opinion, is a good balance between like there is stuff to do. It's not completely free, but it also doesn't take like super long. Like, you know, people used to play like thousands and thousands of hours in the early 2 days. So I think about 70, 100, 120 hours to reach max level is fair. But let me know your thoughts. I'm definitely excited here for the season themes and for the Realm Walkers. And I hope we learn more soon, because the Vessel of Hatred already starts in about 1 month, guys. Just a few weeks left. Hope you enjoyed. GG. Take care. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.